Use the Force, Luke.
Sometimes truth isn't good enough.
I feel the need for speed.
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Because it's their time. Their time. Up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
Hey, what's going on, Wardens? Welcome back to the channel. Winterwolf here, back from vacation. We're going to bring King Z on in a quick second. Lots to talk about tonight. We've got Pragmata Backlash. Anything that's pissing off the right people, in my opinion, I'm probably going to buy at least one copy of the game. We're going to check that out. King Z and I are going to talk Avengers Endgame and how they're doing required reading for Doomsday. That's going to piss off a couple people. I guarantee that. We got a couple of other stories from around the world, but we're going to bring King Z in and we're going to talk about it next. Wardens Rise. Our watch begins. Dude, it occurs to me I probably should have mentioned Daredevil in that spiel. But again,
yep, there's Daredevil too. The vigilante of Hell's Kitchen will be mentioned at some point tonight, people. Just to let you know. It's kind of a thumbnail.
The featured image in the thumbnail. Hold on. Let me get everybody in the chat hold on, let's see if I can remember how to type it. I haven't driven or typed in a week. It's weird. Let's give everybody a let's effing go. There we go. I typed it a little bit. Look at that. It's I forgot how to hit the space bar or something. I don't remember. It's weird, dude. It's weird coming back after like a week-long trip where you weren't the cover driver and literally drove nothing for a week. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go pick the dog up today, and I'm like, all right, I'll make sure I one of these and check the seat. And
check the seat. You're over here adjusting the volume. Use.
Yeah, got a 10-year-old in the back seat with a nervous dog. My dog does not travel well. He gets a little jittery in the car. He's like doing one of those like for the entire like 8-minute drive home. So at least it's only 8 minutes. I guess that's not so bad. But yeah, we got some topics to talk about. I want to thank everybody again for tuning into the King Z show last week. He did a banger job. It was a big round of applause for my man King Z who held it down in my pseudo absentia. I mean, I showed up on time. That's pretty cool.
Ish.
It was 9 o'clock. We still ran over the hour. People forget this is only supposed to be an hour-long show.
Yep.
We have
we don't want injury time or stoppage time.
That's right.
We should refer to it as rabbit hole time.
I think we should refer to it as sudden death because any given minute I'm probably just like, all right, dude, I can't talk about this crap anymore. We gotta go to bed. Gotta get up for work. That's the other thing about coming back after a week. Gotta go to work tomorrow. That sucks, dude. Like it really sucks. And I'm like, oh man, damn. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Well, I suppose we should probably open things up with figuring out what the batting order is for the evening. I know you like doing the thumbnail image first, but that whole Clayface thing, I feel like maybe we should take a look at that sooner than later, and then we can phase through some of them other topics on the quick. A lot of them aren't too heavy hitting. It's more like I just wanted to get your thoughts on something. I don't think there's going to be a major back and forth, but you never know.
You never know. But before we start that, if you guys do know our channel, every May we do pay homage to our veterans who have passed away. Veterans Day is at the end of May. So our poll question for tonight is, which movie would you guys like to see us do a review on? We have Fury, Lone Survivor, American Sniper, and The Last Full Measure.
I've never seen The Last Full Measure. Who's in that one?
Sebastian Stan.
I have to watch that. So, between the other three. Okay.
When it comes to war movies, I always bring the bangers. So,
for sure. And those are 4 that I don't think we considered last year when we put together still one of our highest performing videos on the channel, or one of our highest performing shorts anyway. Of the which one? Not Heartbreak Ridge. No, it is Heartbreak Ridge. That's right.
It is Heartbreak Ridge. Like every day we get like 3 new views of it.
It's like 2 years old now. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. It's right up there with the Halo video. You know, it just keeps churning along. I guess that's evergreen for us. I'll take it.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I'm telling you, I think it's just somebody really just likes hearing the Sarge just rip out the insults. I think that's all that is. It's people just fast forwarding over to that 11-second mark or wherever he gets on a tangent and just goes.
Gunny Sergeant Highway.
Gunny Sergeant Highway. That's right. But yeah, dude, let's why don't we just kick it off with Daredevil and we'll see where the evening takes. I do definitely want to get to the Pragmata story. I know we don't typically cover a lot of gaming, but it's a story driven issue that's causing the backlash or alleged backlash. In my opinion, it's all the right people.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I mean, it's them screaming in the void. It's basically it's another version of that one girl screaming at the top of her lungs when Trump got elected the first time. Like that's the backlash. It's just that like people can't believe people are enjoying a game and are really projecting their own bullshit onto the game. But we'll get to that. But because it's story driven, I really want to touch on that. But Daredevil's pretty story driven. We had episode 6. Was that episode 6 tonight?
It was episode 6.
Nice. Where are you coming in on that? Walking into the show, it's the fallout of the death of Mrs. Kingpin,
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Yeah. So they didn't shy away. They didn't pull the punch.
No, and they still haven't.
She's done. She's done a rue. I think. I don't think there's a comeback.
That's right. I mean, the show starts off with that image. And Kingpin in there, and dude, I know you're a nurse, but boy, that doctor needed he needed to read the room a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, dude. The entire time he's rolling up in there, and he's quoting like a poetry book or some bullshit. I'm like, dude, this is not the guy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta read the room like the king is saying here. I mean, this is a guy that you probably don't want to say. What was that one line he had? It's been my honor to accompany you on this tragic journey.
Yes.
Dude, stop it. Like this dude is 6'9", 425 pounds is going to kill you.
And
That's
we've
just
seen
the
him
facts.
decapitate 2 people with his bare hands.
Right.
One, he did use a door.
Yeah,
but
we covered that. You and I covered that last week. Technically, the head was no more. That's a decapitation.
Yep.
You know, we're full agreement on that. Full agreement. I was my Winter Wolf Pup Jr. happened to be walking by as the murder happened in the show, and he was like, "Why is he squeezing that dude so hard?" I'm like, "Dude, because this is straight out the comic, and he's the bad guy. That's why." When he got crunched, I'm like, "Oh, cool. That used to be some shit that happened in the comic. Good."
I'm not a big one for gore. You always say that a lot of times you get the gore, but if I saw an eyeball pop, I think that would have really just set that off.
Dude, that would have been an incredible amount of pressure necessary to do that. Incredible.
I know.
Yeah.
But it still would have been a cool visual.
I think you would probably need to go and watch The Boys if that's the speed of supervillain execution you're looking for there. That seems like it might be more at home over there on Kripke's show and not Daredevil on the MCU on Disney Plus.
And then he just simply walks out, looks at Buck, and Buck just knows what to do. Like, Buck, I clean up aisle 1 here.
Dude, I know. Dude, that doctor though, I'm like, dude, come on. Like this dude's crying. His wife's dead. It's clearly the immediately after phase. Like maybe you just go in there and just say, Mayor Fisk, I'm terribly sorry for your loss. We did everything we could. And then just fucking leave.
Yeah,
right?
It kind of felt like he went in there and he's like, are you about to wrap this up because we need the room?
Yeah, dude. And again, as somebody that's worked in that setting, it definitely can come across that way. Like maybe he was just like, so we validate, and if you leave now, the gift shop gives you 15%. Like, no. Dude, number one, it's the mayor. Number two, I feel like everybody on this show legit forgets that he's Mayor Kingpin. Like it's like, oh, we filled a couple of fucking potholes. Apparently, the 10 years of violent crime and the reign of terror that he brought to the city as a member of the underworld. Maybe you guys just put that front burner.
Short memories.
Dude, tiny. Dude, like goldfish, like Dory.
Goldfish. That's right. Yep.
Dory. Right?
Be a goldfish.
Mm-hmm. What up, Warden Prime? Pape is here, everybody. Glad to see him. It's like everybody literally forgets how to walk on eggshells around this dude, except Daniel. God bless him. He's figured it out. Like, I don't know. Is there anybody in this hospital you should protect? Well, just you. Like, he's the only one that gets this. You know, the rest of these assholes, I'm like, You can die. You can die. You can die. You're all stupid. You got to go. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't help these people any more than I have been.
Yeah, and he's on the end now because he had to choose between a saw and a shovel.
Well, they had there was another good scene there too, where like Buck kind of reins him in a little bit more, detects a little bit of panic and second guess. It's like, oh, the big time takes care of you if you take care of the big time.
Oh, what does he need me to do now?
Yeah, ominously let that hang in the air for a little bit longer. I another good episode, because the last thing I said to myself, he didn't watch the whole thing. He just kind of came out. But at the end, he was sitting there. He goes, "What did you think of that one?" I said, for the second week in a row, I need to get to next week now, because this one ended. Do we? Woo!
Oh, yeah. Let's hit that real
quick.
Hit
the button.
I'm looking for it.
There we go. Now I figured. Now we're weapons free. We can just say whatever we want. For the second week in a row, I feel like the episode ended in a spot where I'm looking forward to next week, because I think they did something unexpected for me, and I'll get your take on this. We get a fist fight between Daredevil and Kingpin in this episode.
Yeah, just random too.
Right, fairly definitive, like a punctuated, this is it. Like, they beat the crap out of each other in turn, and then Fisk is like, "Well, what are you gonna do? You can't arrest me because you're a fucking wanted fugitive and you're gonna die." And you won't kill me. And he's smiling as he says.
That's what he says. He goes, "You can't arrest me because you can't. You won't kill me.
You're not going to kill me because you won't."
Mm-hmm.
And
just like when he said last week when he was with Bullseye, "I'm trying to save you because I tried to kill you."
Mm-hmm. I love this. I love that entire sequence, because they literally beat the crap out of each other. I thought Daredevil might die. I thought this was going to be a legacy mantle handover, because I'm thinking if this dude punching you in the ribs and in the face can punch like cement, holes in cement, and knock out bricks and shit, you probably don't want to block too many of them with your face. You probably don't want to Rocky Balboa that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But do you see how deep his hatred ran when he threw him into his prize pain, his last thing?
Dude, it shocked him.
With Vanessa.
Dude, it shocked him, because that's when the fight pivoted.
Yep.
Daredevil was able to get his feet under him and get his licks in. But I love the end of that fight, because Fisk is on his knees when he says what we were just talking about, and he's like, well, fucking now what? You can't stop, I can't stop. Well, what if we both just leave New York? I don't know what's going on. But this was episode 6. Right, I'm saying. But this was episode 6, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, we got 2 episodes to go. Like the big fist fight, blue beam in the sky. Like, they did that. Like, this is it. Like, this is the fight. Mm-hmm. Where do we go now, dude? This is crazy. Well, we got 2 episodes to go.
We see the crowd rising up. Like, you're seeing it. Daredevil's a symbol. They start putting his helmet on.
Hashtag D for Vendetta, if you will. Oh, double D for Vendetta.
I said, "I am Daredevil" in my comment right there. Just like they did the whole I am Charlie Kirk. I am Daredevil.
A little bit of that. Yep. Yeah, I love the crowd putting the masks on. It's definitely, that's the thumbnail caption. It's like it's at a boiling point. New York is ready to explode. And I thought for a second, I got a little queasy actually for a quick second, full disclosure, when Powell ordered all the ATVF guys on the line. Oh, dude, are we getting a Gorman Massacre thing here? Because that's too close to
this is exactly too close to real life. The vibes I got too. Mm-hmm. And it kind of started out that way. You had that Saunders. Event.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But dude, you're damn right you were going to mention V for Vendetta, because that's exactly what that shit was. But yeah, dude, when Powell shot the kid that lost the ID badge and kind of set him up, oh, they killed him. Everybody on the line. I'm like, dude, if they start shooting, like, it's one thing when it's blasters and stormtroopers in Star Wars. I don't know how that scene goes over in a Marvel show based in New York with like regular uniformed cops. I think it'll go well.
Not including that these guys have grenades and like flashbangs and stuff like that. Stuff they didn't have in the Star Wars one.
Pape says that'd be going for V for Vendetta. Yeah. We should actually probably get to V for Vendetta double feature with the Matrix. I would say put them both in the smash up.
Yeah, we'd throw 1984 in and won't you have a whole dystopian future?
We need a good version of that movie, and there's no good version of that movie.
There's only one version of that movie.
There's a few out there from like the 70s and 80s and shit.
I only know the one in the 70s.
Really? I thought there were at least 2. Oh, I might actually be thinking about Fahrenheit 451.
Yep, there you go.
Another good one. There we are. Because Michael B. Jordan just did like a modern one of that, like within the last 5 years, I think. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan just did that one with the dude who played who is he? He was Zod.
Who's the guy
in Star Wars.
Michael
Superman.
Michael Shannon.
Something like that. I forget his name. I just remember the guy who lost an ear in Bad Boys 2.
Oh, okay. I barely remember that because that was like 1,000 years ago.
He was also on Knives Out.
Which we both know I won't be seeing because Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars. I'm ready to accept that I just don't see those movies. But other stuff to cover in the episode, dude. Besides, dude, great beginning, great ending. Karen Page going through some stuff with Bullseye. I thought his ass was toast. We can talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
We can definitely talk about Heather, former girlfriend of Daredevil.
Oh,
don't know what's going on there.
Where she got a little excited.
Little, and she just couldn't hide it.
Yeah, and not including straight up stealing from the Kingpin.
Like that again. Do you people not remember 8 months ago?
Yeah,
it's only been like a year. Nope, they don't fucking remember. But I take the conversation to which section do we need to cover, because there's a good deal to pick up.
There's a lot of little stuff that you see building up more and more and more. In this episode. Sorry. Still on drugs. As you see,
Here we are.
Yeah, my arm's all messed up still. Little swollen.
Okay. All right, walk it off.
Like you have the ATV who stole from Mr. Charlie. I think this is the Nets big through line that we have going through the Nets 2 episodes as well. More 100%. Matthew Lillard. Like Matthew Lillard needs to be in every show. Like he just needs to be in every show and play the bad guy, because he's just so funny when he's the bad guy.
I like the power dynamic being called into play again between Fisk and Mr. Charlie too. I like the fact that Fisk takes his phone call, doesn't say anything, and hangs up on him. You know what I mean? You
notice he didn't say anything until he said something to Daredevil.
Yep.
Murdoch, I did not expect you to be here.
It was solid. It was solid, but I like that to cover up the Mr. Charlie and Fisk thing. So Fisk moved all Charlie's guns, right? That Charlie was pissed we're still in the same place and hadn't been sent out for distribution yet. Fisk acquires them, gets them into his own warehouse. Charlie's CIA team gets in there's like, it's empty. And he's like, yeah. Ouch. Makes the phone call. And you're thinking for like the rest going into the episode that there's going to be an opportunity where the Kingpin's going to like up armor all the AVTF guys. But that is short-lived, my friend. That plan is short-lived.
Because we have
a superhero show up.
We had the biggest or the most talked about person coming back into the show this season, and that's Jessica Jones makes a return. And what I think, I was watching another stream on this, and they were doing live reactions of watching it. They were very excited of how they reintroduced her, and that they made a little kink in her as well. You know what I'm talking about? No, she loses her power at times.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And
kind of comes and goes.
They said that needed to happen, or she'd be too OP for this type of level of stuff.
Because she's fucking Superman at that point on this level. She could just steamroll all these dudes with machine guns. But I'll say this, though, even within that minor screw up or that minor drop off in her power scale, she still punched that dude as hard as she could in the face, and he tanked it like he was a T-800 from Terminator.
Well, no,
I don't buy that, dude.
That's because she was her normal self. That's the whole thing they were talking about. That was that was her without her power.
Dude, let 130-pound anybody punch you straight in the face. You don't tank it like you're a T-800 from the Terminator. You just don't. Like it even made the metal sound. If we go back and listen to the editing, I'm pretty sure they did. Like, no, I get the whole point of it. Like, it would have been better had she gone to like pick some shit up that she was gonna throw earlier and then couldn't throw it or something. I just wasn't buying that. I'm like, no, you'd at least flinch, you know. But that's the most minor of catty nitpicks.
Unless she's pulling her punches to not hit them as hard as they can to kill them.
Dude, she kicked the guy hard enough to get him inside the crate that he was leaned up against. All right, she blew him up through the dude. She hit the first dude through a cement wall, not through a door. He went through when she came in. The dude came in first, I think, through the wall. So I don't know. She used him like a battering ram. That's like using a pepperoni as a battering ram.
That's only a concussion. I mean, we're going by Batman protocols here.
Right, concussions only, no fatal wounds. I don't know, man.
That's right.
I don't know. But I like that. I like the part where we get the intro to Jessica Jones. You don't see who it is. You just see the CIA guys run up on her house, and you get a brunette that goes outside. She's whacking these dudes around outside her yard. Her daughter's playing with the flashbang or a grenade or whatever it was, and then she just comes and says, "No, we don't play with those." Beep, and shuts it off. And then like finally pan up, and you get the reveal that it's finally Jessica Jones. And I'm like, oh, cool. You noticed it was a biracial daughter, so we're to believe that's probably Luke Cage's daughter. Right?
Yep, because in the comics, Jessica Jones is married to Luke Cage.
So that was a nice little touch there. It looked like there was a conflict point there as well when she's talking to Matt, how she says, I lost a lot of people coming down here, people that I thought I saw eye to eye with. I'm paraphrasing whatever it was. And I'm like, Murdoch's response is something like, oh, and like, is it Luke? Is it she? I think she was referring to her husband on this one. So that's maybe a setup for whatever comes later.
They did tease him because if you look at one of the times when they're doing a flyby camera shot, there's a sign for, what's the name of the club? Because he took over the club at the end of season 2 of
I can't remember. Yeah, that was a while back. And that was in some of the promo images too.
Harlem's Paradise. That's it. Harlem's Paradise.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
Cool. Nice. So yeah, I like that little connective tissue bit there. I hope she's not done. I hope she gets to come back at least one more time because we still don't have our Frank appearance. Right? Hopefully they're saving that for like whatever ass kicking comes up in like the finale or next week in the penultimate. I'd like to see at least one good Punisher appearance before we get into Spider-Man in a month. Or wait, is that a month or 2 months? That's next month.
2 months.
May.
2 months.
May, isn't it May? I'm always thinking it's May.
No, it's July.
Oh shit, my bad. That's Spider-Man. I always think Spider-Man's earlier than it is. But anyways, I'd like to get a couple.
It should be May. That's what you should be kicking off movie blockbuster season with, but we're not. We're kicking it off with Mando and Grogu.
Yeah, dude. No thanks. I'm good. Bring me Peter Parker. He's a menace. Bring him in. We need more of that. But I'd like to see some Punisher. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, I know you're a big Danny Rand guy. If you don't bring Iron Fist in, the new one, or him, and get some connective tissue going for whatever comes next. Yeah,
the actor is dying to get back to redo the role, so he could make it better.
Yeah, because again, as the Wolf says, because that show was terrible, dude.
He wants to make it better. Now, season 2 was a lot better than season 1. It still had its issues. But season 2 was way better than season 1.
In the pantheon of Netflix superhero shows, the only show worse than Iron Fist was The Defenders. Like, Iron Fist is the bottom of the entire thing.
I don't know why people didn't like The Defenders. I actually enjoyed The Defenders. I like that short miniseries. It was like 4 episodes.
It was only 4, but it came within the year, if I remember correct. It came on the immediate heels of Iron Fist, and that just was not anybody's favorite out of any of those other Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Punisher. Like, it was just not anywhere near as good. So I think it rode that kind of bad. It was punished. I think Defenders was punished the same way Star Wars: A Solo Story was punished. You know what I mean? It just hit wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, bad timing.
So yeah, dude, I want to get your thoughts on Heather Glenn being the female Muse coming up, or they're alluding to that, or she's starting to get excited by the violence that she can put out in the world after she was victimized herself, and she kind of roughed up Buck, I guess. I mean, a little bit in a weird sexually ambiguous way.
You saw what happened to her, right? You heard that moan.
A little weird, but that's your thing. But I know you and a bunch of other people have had concerns that like they put the pedal to the floor on rushing her through into becoming the villain. Yeah, I agree with Lauren. Hey, Lauren. It was weird, and it's one of those things. I'm gonna get King Z's on the female Muse in a second. I just gotta say, I feel like it's just one of those things that if they wanted to go that route, and especially if they want to pair Buck with her to make that work, we needed one scene with each of them in every episode leading into this. and we've had like 2, maybe only 1 with them at the dinner together.
Buck is around to make sure that people are still loyal to Fisk. That is what he's doing. Yep. And like, he knows she's struggling. He's trying to feed that. He can see it in her. It has nothing to do with them being a couple or hooking up or anything like that. It's about getting her to embrace her dark side that she's already feeling.
Oh no, I didn't mean a romantic couple. I meant a couple as in like, this is their subplot. Like it's her issue. He's the supporting character in that particular, in her development in that role as that character. Like if this is a fall from grace arc kind of thing. I needed more of that. And so far we've literally just seen them, I think, at that charity dinner, gala, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's more of her fall from grace than them two together causing the fall from grace. It's just seeing her with her different steps. Like it started when she first saw the Muse, and she threatens the swordsman, and then she's there and she sees the Muse again, and they do the little camera tilt, and then she changes the answers on the psyche valve.
That's their move. It's super clever and super nuanced. They're gonna go with that. But
I still can't believe that she stole that earring. That was just weird. That was way out of character for her. But I mean,
dude, listen. I believe, as the kids are saying, sometimes bitches be crazy, even if it means physically endangering themselves and everybody around them. I think that's just how that's gonna go. That's what I'm saying, Lauren. If you weren't here at the beginning of the show, we had already said multiple times. We're like, it's like everybody forgot that this dude was like the literal kingpin of like a massive underworld criminal enterprise organization within a calendar year. Like we've all somehow forgot this, and I don't know why. I don't understand how nobody there, including and maybe especially the governor. How is she not aware of this?
It's rehabilitation.
It's rehabilitation.
Yeah, when I was
do it without Vanessa. You're much better at the Vanessa voice than at the Kingpin.
Vanessa.
I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible.
I would not disagree with you.
Laura just said that doctor was just asking. We opened the show on that and talked about that for like 10 minutes because that was got to be the dumbest. I mean, it was a great scene, but it's the dumbest character motivation or outcome ever in the history of cinema, man. Just go in there, just poke.
Yeah.
Poke.
Let me read you my book of poetry on losing someone close to you.
Hey, I'm sorry that I'm directly responsible for not saving your beloved wife's life. But let's bring it in. And then he goes, bring it in. Like,
but it was an honor.
You don't bring it in. You never bring it in. The Kingpin. What's wrong with you? She did, though. He did. Couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. It was goofy, dude. I knew that guy was getting crushed 2 episodes ago when we met him. The minute he walked into the room with that same bullshit, talking about I will do everything I can to save your wife, and we're gonna go on this journey together.
Hopeful.
And I'm like, dude, you're dead. Your code
as soon
name.
As he said he
was
hopeful, he was dead. Yeah. Like this is all 100% your fault from here on out. You take full responsibility.
Dude, if ever there was a character written to hold the literal bag, it was that guy. Yeah. It was that doctor. I don't care if he was number 1 in the world, cardiologist, neurosurgeon, whatever the fuck he was.
Neurosurgeon.
He's dead. Neurosurgeon, it was a brain thing. He's dead because he could not keep his mouth shut. That's it. Doesn't matter. You hate to see it.
Are you trying to talk yourself out of your life?
I mean, dude, it's like, why don't you just... I thought he was going through the window, too. The way that shot was framed, they're both backlit by like daylight in the window. I'm like, oh, whew, okay. He's going through it. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. We just did it old school.
But think about holding the bag. What about BB holding that bag to that multi-marketing scheme that she got hooked up with?
Big bag of $200 worth of crap that she ended up walking out of
to know Daniel's what color you are.
House, which was kind of funny. Yeah, dude, there we go. Lauren just said the city literally watched this dude beat a man to pulp in the ring and was like a punch away from ending him. And then Vanessa walked in and distracted him long enough for him to get punched in the face. Right. He was about to die.
Then he knocked him into next week.
Right. And then, dude, I heard that guy's still unconscious, dude. He's still out. He's still being
the actor. Actor felt it. Like it was a fake punch, but he hit him so hard in that fake punch. The actor still knocked out.
The actor's ancestors felt that. All right. Let's be clear about that shit. But the BB thing, that's another one. I'm glad you mentioned BB because I feel like I always forget she's in the show. Because one of my complaints early on from this show is there's too much small crap going on for me to track because I'm not really invested in a lot of those small things. And I'm not getting enough core character crap that I need from Daredevil, from Karen. We're getting plenty of Fisk and Vanessa. Like they've done them. Like that's been fine.
And the
But
leader
BB
of the
did-
ATV.
Yes, the Powell stuff. He's a scumbag. He's probably my favorite character on the show. I love that guy. He's a perfect B-level villain, henchman, captain guy. Perfect, right? Hate that guy. Shot Saunders under the chin. Fucking awesome, right? BB and Daniel, I like the idea of the story. It makes sense, the subplot. He's the deputy mayor. She's an independent journalist. I said this before from the beginning of the season. Other people dunked on it. I like the BB report. It's very social media. It's very TikTok-y, Instagram reels. It feels real. It feels like what an independent young journalist would be doing.
It
So I like
goes
it.
into more of the new media instead of the traditional news
Yep.
medium. More people get their news from Facebook and stuff like that now than anywhere else. Twitter
Love
is
it.
one of the biggest news ones. So this kind of
Huge.
feeds into that, this new age, modern, take it out of like with these comic books were originally written like back in the 50s and 60s.
Beat reporters with notepads. Oh my God, did you
Yeah.
see the thing with the Thing King? Any comment? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. This is now.
Mhm. Yeah,
But-
so her
No.
character is really good trying to do this, and then she talks herself into going to his birthday party where he doesn't feel like celebrating. He tried everything in his power to tell her
He did.
no. Like he's
He did.
shooting her down.
Dude, this is what I don't understand these two characters. I get it. He's like, they're both young. They're in their 20s, right?
Yep.
And he's
early
obviously
20s.
had a physical interest in her from jump, right?
Mhm.
It's because she's very attractive. Don't get me wrong, right? She has shown no reciprocated interest in that at all, in my opinion. None, right? Now it looks like there is a little bit because that scene ends with her stepping in for the little "we're leaving your mom's house" little smoocheroo, and then
Mhm.
he has his little
She moves
outburst.
60% of the distance.
Saying, close the gap.
Close the
right?
gap.
It doesn't work for me, despite the solid setup where he's the deputy mayor, she's the journalist. Is she pumping him for info? Is he going to leak the fake story to her? He did on advice of Buck, which was great. That's a tactical move. She doesn't leak it. She has the whole thing typed out, and she's like, no.
When,
You're like,
after
oh.
she goes to the room and see what he kind of his life was like.
Right, humanized him a little bit more, and he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Boop, shuts it down. And then it's a nice little bit of they rug pull you a little bit because he, while she was upstairs, went through her coat pocket and pulled the SD card or whatever, like the memory devices, whatever she had.
It was
in
an
the
SD
pocket.
card. It was an SD
That's
card.
okay. So it was she only held it up quick. He's like, so what's this? Is this like the next BB report? And I'm like, they made it out like a big deal, like he saw something incriminating. I'm like, maybe it is the next BB report. You know, that's her job. She probably does have an
It's
SD
an
card
empty
in her pocket.
SD card that I carry
dude.
around. I'm kind of a journalist. You know this, right?
Pump the brakes, dude. Like you didn't. Now, if they had a scene where even if they didn't show you the media, if it was just him looking over a computer and hearing her voice doing some shit, like having some incriminating news, like yeah, then you flex it and be like, dude, what's this? Like no, dude, you just went through
Or
her
you
pockets
turn
and
the
found, like,
screen
a pen.
around.
Right. Dude, you found her keys. Big fucking deal. Like that's what you did. You know? Lauren says, do you think she caught some feelings seeing the picture of that? I mean, she might have caught up in the moment of that, but I think that was just the exclamation point on that whole scene being the thing that undid her, that made her decision to delete the text where she was going to put out the fake story. So I'm not sure. And that's what I mean. These two I've said a bunch of times. I don't think these two have any on-screen romantic chemistry at all. Like that falls very flat. I think in season 1, when Matt started dating Heather Glenn, I thought there was some solid chemistry between those two actors as characters. I thought that worked. I think Matt and Karen have excellent romantic potential between the two of them. I just don't. And Frank and Karen, Punisher, and Karen Page had solid vibes. These two, Kingpin and Vanessa, old school power couple vibe, 100%. These two together, I'm not feeling it. I haven't felt it since the minute they were on
They
screen.
both believe that they were manipulating the other one to get good press out for the mayor, and the other one to get the dirt that they could release on her other podcast, where she's with the City Under Fire, City Under Siege,
Mayor Kingpin.
Mayor Kingpin.
we're missing a segment on that, but I think we're getting that next week for sure, especially if the city pops. Like if that riot's about to boil over,
and I think
be.
I because the SD drive that she has in her coat is the one the dude slipped her at the boxing thing that has the testimony of the first mate of the ship that was blocking the port.
Dude, it would have to be, but then we'd have to really throw a spotlight on that as being the world's biggest plot contrivance. Because why would you be holding that SD card like 3 weeks later in your pocket?
3 weeks later, it's been 48 hours.
Really? The whole thing's only been 48 hours so far?
It's only been 48 hours. Everything moved fast.
I mean, she already used the card. She already uploaded the data. I mean, she really carrying the same thing around loaded. I don't know. I wouldn't. That's just me. I'm paranoid like that. But that was big a contrivance. Then I'll roll that back a smidge. But if they needed to generate the tension, I guess that's the thing. But I think you're right. That's probably what it is. I hadn't even thought of that, honestly. That'll be the thing that actually
you're putting time in there. Like
I do that.
And two, I have found stuff in my pockets that's been there for 6 years.
Dude, the only thing I find, dude, a $5 bill. It's never an SD card. You know what I mean? It's 100% never.
I found keys to an apartment I didn't live in anymore.
Dude,
and
how?
I didn't even live in the state.
Dude, how? Like, how did you not give those back? You know, like I don't get it.
I don't know.
You wearing the coat? Had you not worn the coat in 6 years?
I haven't worn it in a while.
It might be time for you to clean out that closet, home slice. I don't know what to tell you.
I did just have to give a whole bunch of my coats away. One, we were trying to help out people in our local community here, and we got rid of a few things to help them out. And so my coat collection has been cut down.
Always nice. Hopefully you didn't give away that winning lottery ticket. That'd be a kick in the balls.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
See that. I called them home slice. That's right. I've been calling people home slice. I'm bringing back the home skillet. I was going to save that for later, but now I just used it. But I guess the big shock scene then, not really shock, but it's kind of a bit of a shocker ending. Karen Page not making it out of the episode without ending up in AVTF custody. Because Powell rolls up on her. She's trying to save Javi's life. I'm guessing he dies, right? She sent the other kid to go get help, but then her hand came away from the back of his head bloody.
Yeah, because he got full. He got struck. Yeah, with the nightstick. Yeah,
he got beamed pretty good. And then Powell has her dead to rights at gunpoint. So
because her wig got knocked off.
Yep. Well, that's the setup. Like, you know, when the wig comes off, obviously someone's going to know who it is, and one thing leads to another. And since you're New York's second most wanted at this point, you're toast. Like, you're going in. And then we'll have to see her probably not be the damsel in distress because, God forbid, anybody need anybody's help with anything if they've got a couple of X chromosomes. I don't know.
See, that's how they're going to get Frank in it. He's going to call him and say they have Karen.
Yeah, hopefully. We can hope, but then she'll probably still just get herself out of trouble anyway. Because I don't like this version of Karen. I like the raw emotional stuff.
She grew up.
Yeah, but dude, she said.
I mean, she's murdered how many people so far?
She don't need no man.
Hold her own. Like, dude, Wesley still has. They're still taking bullets out of Wesley. She put so much in him.
Right. I don't. Again, I like the fact that the actress, she don't need no man. She pays her own bills,
which they're squatting. But
she's probably illegally got illegal cable and streaming. She probably got the neighbor's Wi-Fi password and shit. The actress lets it go when she has that breakdown after she's got the hammer cocked. She's got bullseye dead to rights. Her fingers on the trigger. I think she squeezed 3 of the 4 pounds of pressure needed probably to pull that back. And the baton comes in, knocks it clear. And then she has the brawl of a century verbally with Matt. Right. Yeah. And the actress lets it go because her voice hits them pitches. It's like it's
hit that high voice.
It's raw. Oh yeah. That wasn't like dramatic acting voice. So that's how that woman fights in real life when she's upset. And I'm glad to have seen her go for it like that in that moment, because that was the moment to do it. That's not an overreaction in episode 2 to something minor. This is like, this dude killed our best friend. He has to die. Kingpin has to die. Why do you keep letting these people do this shit?
Why do you keep saving these people?
You keep choosing the wrong people, right? And then she even says, and this part almost broke me. Dude, it's very vulnerable. It's perfect, right? the part that broke me was she says, "Let me do this. I will carry this burden for you." And I'm like, "Oh snap!"
Yeah, just walk out the room.
Dude, just leave. Just all you gotta do is walk out.
And the thing is, Bullseye's asking for it too. He wants it done. He's like, I've balanced the scales. Take me out now.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was toast. I'm like, oh snap, here it comes. And then dink, baton shot. I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, there he is. Izap is here. What's up, boss? But I thought that was great. Dude, those are the exchanges. I'm glad because they've done this now with a couple of characters in this show. They gave him that exchange with Karen in the flashback with Foggy. They gave him that philosophical back and forth with Foggy. He had some of it with Bullseye, I believe, in the episode before last. So we're getting all that Punisher and Daredevil stuff, like the rooftop debate, I'll call it. We're getting that with other people, and I love it because that's the stuff I miss more than anything when it's not there. The fight scenes are the fight scenes, whatever.
Which the fight scenes with Jessica Jones and
great.
Daredevil when they ransacked the warehouse, that was really
solid.
good.
I love that they did, not to get off on a sidetrack, but they had this one. It was a long shot where they kind of followed over the shoulder as she was kicking shit out of the way, and then like they almost banked a corner to follow the action as it moved. I'm like, that's dynamic. I like that. It's different than like quick cutty. You don't really see what's going on because we're just cutting it up so fast. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
actually,
to make it look
going
faster, trying to make it look hit harder.
Like, oh, okay. They actually throwing some hands here, and it's kind of fun. Here we go. Like watch some of that shit. But you were saying? I think you were saying something on the topic of all the philosophical things.
Oh, yes. But instead of just him and Frank having that conversation on the roof, it's different characters picking up where the other character left off. Because it started with Cherry. It started with his conversation with Cherry.
Yes, it did.
And then it just kept moving on from character to character, pretty much asking him to break his morals and move beyond who he is. And then it was Foggy who brought him back to who he is.
Mercy.
Yep. And then
we're celebrating Mercy.
And then Karen is like, it's like Foggy and Karen on his shoulders.
Yep.
Whispering in his ear, what should I do?
Do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. Because dude, it's not like that scene's over. Like Matt left, Karen's still there, the gun is still there, and this dude's still chained to the bed. Like she could just walk over there, literally pick the gun up and rat-a-tat-tat him real quick.
Well, I mean, still on
the
table now because Paul has her at gunpoint.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the rest of the episode happened.
Yeah, because she left after that fight. Because she had to go set up their video package that they set up for everybody. Right.
Well, I mean, he's still there. Somebody else in the Resistance could do it. I don't know.
I mean, they haven't fed him in 3 days. He should be getting pretty hungry right now.
Can we not forget the fact that he's been shot and he was basically bleeding out? And even Soledad that worked on him was like, I got the bullet out, but this dude's lost a lot of blood and it's probably going to get infected. And it is an abdominal wound. This dude's going to die. Spoiler alert. This dude's going to die. But at least it won't have been Karen that did it, I guess. I guess that's the takeaway here. But yeah. So I don't know. Do we miss any major beats from this?
No, I think we got all the big beats.
Big fist fight.
They blew up all the weapons. Oh, the last beat. The last thing that they ended it with was they ended it with Karen Page. But right before that, Mr. Charlie one more time shows up at the governor's mansion when she comes back from the funeral, and she's like, I told you never to come in here again. And this is where it's like straight Matthew Lillard. Is this the Malbach I got you? Because it is delish. Yep. She's like, what do you need? He's like, absolutely nothing. I'm actually here to help you with your city hall problem.
Yep. And it was going to take that relationship souring, Kingpin and Charlie's relationship souring, to remove him from power. At this point, it was never going to be Daredevil because it would have been done. You know, we've had 5 seasons of this and somehow it's still not going his way. So it was going to take a governmental agency that has, wet work and black book authority to be able to do something, out in the shadow to get him removed.
Get him out in what's the prison called?
Well, Guantanamo action there?
No, the one that they do for supervillains.
Oh, the one from Wonder Man?
No, they have a new one because it's where they went and visit one of their people, and it's like on a ship out in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, that's where like Falcon and like all them other guys ended up at the end of Civil War.
Yeah,
I don't remember the name of it. But yeah,
it has a name because it's based off of a prison that Reed Richard built. That after you enter it, you go into a pocket dimension and you stay there.
Yeah,
your prison is actually in a pocket dimension.
In MCU movies, though, it's very much just it's submarine. It's underwater.
Yeah, it's just a ship.
There's no pocket dimension there. Yeah, dude. So I'm looking forward to next week, man. I need to see the immediate aftermath of what Daredevil and Kingpin do going forward. Because,
and
like
these
I said,
are the two episodes that both D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox said they want people to see. This is their big ones, or these next two.
Yeah, dude. I mean, for me, they've earned it then after a somewhat rocky start, or kind of a lackluster start for me. The last 2 weeks have been great. I want to see where they end up. They're doing things not in the order I expected, so that's great. If they already had their big fist fight right now, I very much doubt they're going to brawl again.
Which is a stalemate. It ended in a stalemate.
Right. Like there's not going to be another drop dead, like balls out, no holds barred brawl between these two. Whatever's going to happen from this point after, in my own head, it's completely uncharted territory. If they lift an angle from one of the books, more power to them. I like when they honor source. I hope for you guys in the chat and out there watching that it lives up to like a good 1-to-1 for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't know, so I'm going to take it at face value and let you guys guide me on that.
Also, they have had a QR code on the screen where you could get access to the comic books where they're pulling this story from.
Yep. I saw that. I've seen these on a couple shows. What do they call them? Like companion guides or something like that. Whenever I see the QR code come up, I feel like I
future reading. I mean, that's the MCU now. MCU is a college course, because that will lead us right into our next topic.
Yeah.
So, which would be that in September. Now, remember when we did our hype list, I told you that there's like Disney has this random date here in September. It says future Disney movie on September. Was it 18th?
Yep.
And I was like, well, I guess they have something coming out, so they have a place where they probably just got in the future. Yep. But no, we have an answer. What's coming out is we've already seen September 25th. That was it.
Which is still a weird Disney release date, because the holidays are like literally a month later, and that's when they start rolling out some of their heavy hitters: October, November, and Christmas. September is a strange month if I'm clocking it correctly.
That's why I kind of put September into horror season, because a lot of good horror movies do come out in September. They start rolling to feed into October.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong, dude. So I remember I had commented this to you recently when you reminded me that this was the thing. And I said, they must be trying to edge back ahead of the original Avatar in terms of total box office gross for all time. Ha 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 ha. Which one of us has made 4.25 billion? All that good stuff. But now I'm hearing, and you probably have seen some of these articles out there too. I didn't pull any for tonight. I just wanted to reference them broadly and generally, that the re-release is going to include new shit, new stuff, not cutting room floor stuff, new stuff.
Well, it's cutting room floor stuff as well, but it's also supposed to have new stuff.
But with the intent of having new stuff that connects directly to Doomsday. And I've got 2 points that I got to bring up. I got 2, and I need your opinion on both. And you guys let us know in the chat where you fall. First of all, how do you guys feel about a re-release that has new stuff that you have to see to get the full effect of Doomsday? Like, are you down for the homework? All right. That's King question number 1. And then King question number 2 is going to be, if they feel the need to directly attach Endgame to Doomsday, is that or is that not a tacit admission that phases 4 and 5 are garbage? If they need to make that direct bridge, take the questions in either order.
All right. So the reason why you're going to need the back reading, and I'm going to tell you right now, is because MCU actually stands for Marvel Comic University. Because you need the back reading, you need to go through the class, you need to understand everything that's happened so you can understand what is happening. The reason why they are doing this, and it's not just because the last 2 phases were not good. but it doesn't tie into Doomsday because they had to pivot. So this is the only way that in the only movie other than Spider-Man, which I think Spider-Man has a tie into it, and Fantastic Four. Those were the only two ones they could tie into it. And all they did with the Fantastic Four is reshoot it, and instead of put Doom there instead of Kane, it was an easy reshoot. So that's the reason why they're doing it this way, because one of the things that they're hinting at is that Doom has always been there since the beginning, and like he's the one like been pulling the strings since day one.
But that just means they're kind of lifting and kind of readapting what they had planned for Kang, had that been able to see through, because that was their intention for that villain as well. Like if we got the Jonathan Majors Kang story, was going to be, it was always me pulling the strings from behind the curtain,
which they hinted at the end of season 1 of Loki.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that, dude. That's every alpha level, omega level super villain's motivation. I was always the one. Like I don't care. You use whoever you want to do that. Like that works for me. Like they're not pulling rando street level villain to impersonate having that kind of power, that kind of pull. That's fine. Dude, Doom is Doom. You can
Doom
do
is Doom.
Like, no one's gonna be like, oh no, that doesn't work. He's never tried that shit before. That's okay. Dude, I don't know how I feel about the required reading, because I think we've had this discussion a bunch of times on the channel, whether it's with things like adding new stuff, recasting new actors, having 2 Batmans at the same time. I think the general audience is a lot smarter than they get credit for with regard to these kind of things. I don't necessarily want to watch a 3 hour and 45-minute version of Endgame. Endgame is not my favorite movie in this set by any stretch. Infinity War is 10 times better than Endgame. I don't know anybody.
But it'd be kind of hard to tie in Doomsday to.
But I'm saying maybe you don't have to. Like maybe it's just an event film with characters you recognize that have to go through shit you've seen them do in other Fox X-Men movies, other Avenger movies, other team up movies, and just Doom is just the guy.
How about I don't do a one shot where you see like clips from all the different movies, and it's like on a screen, and he keeps flipping through, and being completely puppet mastered.
Listen, ways to do it that way, it works. But I'm just saying, dude, go hit this real quick. What is the runtime for Endgame? Like, I think it's 3 hours and 5 minutes. Like, it's long.
No, it's not 3 hours.
It wasn't a 3 hour movie, like 255 or something crazy. I remember it being really long, and again, most of it I thought was uneven and dull in sections until portals. Dude, thank you. So I mean, how much extra homework are we throwing in there? 10 minutes is still
from some of the reports, which I don't give a lot of them. Or that might be the re-release time is 3-1, because I got a conflicting one here saying that it was 2 hours and 48 minutes was the original Endgame.
And that sounds about right, to be honest with you. So they added about, let's call it 10 minutes of stuff. Okay, 10, 12 minutes. That's fine, dude. That's a 3 hour movie, right? Where hopefully all of the new stuff is used in Act 1 and 2 to literally improve, to some extent, the movie as it was, and also side benefit in connect to Doomsday. Because again, I feel like Endgame and No Way Home are the same movie to me. There's a point in each movie where I finally enjoyed it. Portals was the moment where I finally enjoyed Endgame. I was just there for the payoff. And then everything after Aunt May's death and No Way Home, I'm like, fucking finally. Now we're getting somewhere. It's like, what are they going to do with new footage except waste time showing me Shang-Chi? I don't care. I don't care if he connects to Doomsday at all. They're going to kill his ass in the first 2 minutes. Hopefully. You know what I mean? Like, what else do we need to, like, how much of Doom pull? Like, I feel like we could just get that almost intrinsically in a couple of minutes. You know, so I don't know how much longer I need an Endgame.
I think from what I was hearing on different shows and stuff like that, it's going to be about 25 to 30 minutes more.
Dude, that is long, dude. That is a long movie. And dude, if it's a re-release, that means now I got to drag my ass to it, because you know they're not putting that straight to Disney Plus. So that's a re-release, so you can pay the money to go see it.
A limited release too, from what I'm hearing. Like, it's a limited re-release.
Dude, that's gangster as fuck then, because honestly, if you're not going to put it out for literally everybody to see, you're undermining your claim that it's necessary to get the full impact of your movie, of the next thing. You know, that's a kind of a dick move, if we're being honest. And we're always honest here on Wonder Wolf's Den. that needs to be that we're not talking about it's got a LA and a New York release for this obscure horror. Like, no. Like, this is the Avengers. This should be on the table for everybody to see going in. Unless, of course, it ends up on Disney Plus in 2 months, then I won't care. But what are the odds?
I think they'll do that. I think they'll eventually show up on Disney Plus, but they want to get that box office money.
Oh yeah, they're trying to edge out Avatar 100%. Like that's a point of pride for them, and I get that. I don't hate on them for taking that viewpoint there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm already opposed to the homework when it's messy. Like the first 3 phases, homework was neat. It was doable. A lot of these things are purposefully convoluted, so I don't know that I care. I don't need to see anything from phases 4 and 5 from like Disney Plus reflected in an Endgame re-release. That way it connects to Doomsday. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm there with that. And I don't know if you have any lingering strong feelings about the D Plus shows, but I kind of don't care to be bothered to go rewatch WandaVision. I don't care.
And I don't think it's going to require all of that. I think this will be like the Cliff Notes version of going back and watching everything if they try to feed in the story there. It's the Russo brothers trying to correct where Marvel Studios went wrong when they left after Endgame. And now that they have full creative control going forward, I think they're going to tie it up a little bit better. Kevin Feige is already we're seeing that. We're seeing less shows. We are seeing less movies every year. Before it was like 3 or 4 movies a year there during phase 4 and 5.
2 shows, 3 shows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like they're cutting it down. They're making the storylines more streamlined. They're making it so it actually could tie into something, builds to something better.
Yeah, true. Pape says that would ruin what Endgame managed. Clarify, please. Not sure I follow there. What do you think of this though, right? Do you think, is there a possibility that Doomsday, that they filmed Doomsday, they're doing their thing, and they took a look at the dailies, they saw what they had, and they said, holy shit, none of this makes sense without previous reference points from Endgame? Like, no. Do you think they ran into that problem, or do you think this is strategic and they just want to make sure that it's a smooth connection?
I think they shot enough, and then they realized that some of the stuff is really good. Let's not let it go to waste. And let's just redo it a little bit.
That's a super optimistic take, and I
very
wish
super
I was
optimistic.
On board with that. I wish I did this the drugs.
But I mean, they've already claimed that there will be additional photography, even after the what was it, the reception that the Simile cut got.
Okay. Yep. Okay, that makes more sense. Sorry, King, continue. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I mean, after the reception the assembly cut got, so they've already have planned shots where they're trying to get like better lighting. They have to go back and get the digital stuff so they can, they do that. Yeah. Which brings me to another question for Doomsday, which we didn't get to talk about the Disney panel at CinemaCon because it was happening the next day after we did Frostcast.
Oh yeah.
So some things came out of that. Like them firing 90% of their CGI staff, and now their CGI is now AI powered.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Yay.
And they're only going to be hiring studios as needed instead of keeping them on payroll, which will make their money go a little bit further.
Oh, dude, it'll make the money go a little bit further. I think I don't think this will count for a massive negative impact on people going to see the movie or anything going forward. I think people like to talk a good game about, oh, it's got AI this, I'm not gonna whatever. Like, you probably will. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like in gaming you probably take a heavier hit, but in movies and TV people are still gonna watch House of the Dragon.
Doing AI writing, but like doing the graphic effects and to save money. I mean, the world is changing. And you got to change with it or you're going to be left behind. So the thing is, learn these new tools, use it as a tool. Now, if they relied on it 100%, which you can't do because someone has to enter the prompts, you definitely need to take care of people who know how to manipulate AI in the way that they need to manipulate to make these special effects work.
Right.
And I mean, it's getting easier and easier. I mean, with Banana, you can do so much stuff now. Was the Banana 3 is out? So
I've never used that one. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, I've
We'll
been
talk about that
looking.
another time.
I've been looking just to stay up on it because, well,
Yeah.
I'm cybersecurity and AI is a huge thing and that we have to worry about.
For sure. What else came up at the panel at Disney? Anything
They
else? besides that?
also locked in the date. It is December 18th. They said they are
Not
not
budging.
moving. They're not budging. They are not
They're
dropping to their
holding
December 11th
guys.
date. They want the smoke.
Dude, listen, I have bad news for them. They're gonna get the smoke because without the 4D and the IMAX screens, like they got to be looking at a fairly sizable decrease in the earnings. Like Dune's not going to give up that spot. They got the spots. They're already booked into those spots. They're going to get their money. You know what I mean? So it's all about balancing the equation. If Poindexter's on anything,
And also Thanos, perfectly balanced.
as all things should be. I routinely say that to my child when he doesn't understand a decision I make and is disappointed. It works. It's a Thanos parenting 101. It's solid. It's solid. I'm not going to throw him off the cliff for the soul gem, though. I just wanted to be clear about the whatever gem that was.
That was the
To
soul
be
gem.
clear,
Very
was the
good.
soul gem. Okay,
Very
good.
good.
I remember a couple things. Any other big announcements at the Disney panel? Anything on in the way of the animated or other Marvel or Star Wars stuff? I think they've been dead quiet on Star Wars. Like after Mando and Grogu, I think it's
Starfighter.
Ahsoka season 2. Oh, Jedi Starfighter is a thing. That's right.
Star
But I mean,
Wars.
but like-
Not Jedi
like-
Starfighter. It's just called Starfighter.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm thinking of the games. I mean, but going for like longer range, like they're 2
No,
years. You know,
because-
they didn't have the collage of all the things that they're going to drop in the next 5
And what-
years.
Yeah, and that's your D1 conference. What you do at CinemaCon is all of the big theater heads are there to see what's coming out, so
I
they
see,
can
I
start
see.
planning and stuff like that. They also have a lot of vendors and stuff like that to try to get the nets new tools to these studios and everything like that. So that's what it actually
It's not a
is.
fan expo situation. It's not really that.
I mean, a lot of fans still go. A lot of people like us go. I mean, new rock stars were there. I mean, like
Sure.
7 of the people who I watched shorts on were all there.
okay, so but it's still kind of like a media event and not necessarily. It's not like walking into Dragon Con or fucking San Diego Comic-Con. Like it's not.
Think of
fan-driven.
that, but instead of booths where you get to meet people and stuff like that, it's like vendors are there trying to talk about the new camera, new lens,
like tech demos. Okay,
yeah, stuff like that. And then
I gotcha.
And then when you have the big panels, that's each studio presenting to these new CEOs of the movie theater industry.
I gotcha. Cool. Yeah, that still does. That gives us enough stuff to look forward to, though. Just in what they were talking about.
Yeah,
And what we had
talking
from the day before.
Yeah, and talking about CinemaCon, one thing that was released, and they did describe it, was the trailer for Clayface, the body horror from DC Studios that will be released this October. And we got the trailer dropped today
Oh God.
for public use.
Now, for those of you that are fans of the channel, I'll handle this part, Kingsley. Those of you that are fans of the channel, you might have noticed that a couple of our videos are marked as copyright strikes going back a few Frostcasts, and we've narrowed it down. It's the good people at Warner Brothers that don't like us talking positively about all their shit. I don't know why. We fought most of those copyright strikes, and I think I've won all of them except one. We have the fair use thing in the disclaimer. We talk over the entire thing to the point of you're probably not hearing a damn thing in the trailer, so I don't know what their problem is. Honestly, I don't know. I'm surprised Kingsley even pulled the footage for this one.
So here we go. Now, I'm trying one last time to do this without getting a copyright strike. So there will be no sound, but all you're missing is ominous beats. There is there is nothing verbal.
There's no
in
dialogue.
this. No dialogue.
So I will intermittently hum an ominous beat over this video. Or I might just do the Benny Hill thing again.
Yeah.
Nope.
And round 1. Got to remove that one first.
Dun 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 dun. Okay.
So I like how they did this trailer because it's like it's zooming in on him as he's having flashbacks of his life before and like some of the stuff he went through.
To his pretty boy status as a actor, if I
Yes,
remember
because he's an
correctly.
actor. Yep.
Okay.
Big with special effects type makeup, and that's what led him to who he is.
It was already doing the face drippy thing already. You seen that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the beats picking up in pace, as you can see, like
You can
each of the
tell.
cuts is on the beat.
Yeah.
You see the little stretch into the.
He's in Gotham. I don't know.
Yeah, he's Gotham. Yeah, he's one of Batman's villains.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool. That was kind of gross. And this has the R rating. We know this, right? This is locked in
because it's horror. October 23rd. That's it. October 23rd. It's coming out. So there was no sound to get us copyrighted, but we do have fair use on it. We talked the whole time.
Fair use. We talked the entire time, and it was analysis and satire. Dude, I think I said it last week. It might have been the week before. I don't know. I feel like when we talk about Warner Brothers and DC and Marvel, like it's just a lot of the same stuff, but they need to keep hearing it. And you'll see that when we get into our Star Wars topic coming up. I think this is looking good for them. I think the only way DC is successful going forward are with these movies, with the Batman, with Clayface, with whatever one-off elsewhere. So not even elsewhere, like as an alternative version of a character. I mean, like the non-DCU James Gunn stuff that's connected to anything Superman, Supergirl. I think they literally just need to pick these isolated characters. Make me a Swamp Thing movie tomorrow. You know what I mean? Do Solomon Grundy. Do any of those things.
Solomon Grundy would be a good one. I think that would be a fun one.
Yes. And
going on a Monday.
I'm saying there's a horror there easily, right? There's all kinds of body horror, eco horror you can do with Swamp Thing. Those are easy. That's an easy dunk. But it feels like the vibe is better on these things. Their budgets are probably more constrained because there's not as many eyeballs on the situation. The hype machine's not going to get anybody's expectations way up to here like they were with Superman. That way when they land somewhere more normalized, people are like, it was the worst Superman. It wasn't. Quest for Peace is still worse. Like, let's fucking pump the brakes, people. You know? I think they should be focusing on those things. They clearly at this point still haven't figured out how to do MCU phase 1 through 3 magic. They're not doing that, dude. There's no shot they get that right with the super family thing. No Batman talk, no Martian Manhunter talk, no Wonder Woman talk, no real Green Lantern talk. Make more of these. I'm willing to bet this is a good movie. What did you think?
I think it's going to be a good movie too. That first teaser trailer, I think, is a masterclass in how to get someone excited for a movie who doesn't know who Clayface is. Clayface isn't one of the top people in the Rogues Gallery of Batman. You see him a lot in the Batman animated series, and
which makes sense.
And there's a little, I mean, he's hard to do live action, so you wouldn't see him. And now with the new technology stuff, like with the new AI, with now Nuke and Nitro, and even After Effects blending in with the AI, it makes it a lot easier for the artist. So like when you look at the artists who do these, and now that AI can do like the job of 5 of them, because like one artist is responsible for just that eyebrow. Then another artist is responsible for this eyebrow, and another artist is responsible for this section of his face. I mean, it's crazy on how much they have to break it down to get people going like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I answered Lauren in the chat. I was like, "Holy hell, $1,500! That's why we're not going."
What, to CinemaCon?
Yeah,
we're going.
We're going to CinemaCon. No, we're not.
I could write him a check.
Right? I mean, it's going to bounce like a fucking basketball, but yeah, there you go.
If they accept checks, I thought they needed money, but I'd give them a check.
I think they'll do just fine without my bounce check for $1,500. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if we get copyrighted on this particular trailer. They paid less for the Super Bowl. Dude, the Super Bowl in 1981, dude, tickets this year were like $10,000. That shit was nasty for the bowl. I think they were $12,500, I think. Just to get in the door.
Don't get me started on the Super Bowl, WrestleMania. They're pricing the fans out of these events.
Dude, but are they really? Because they're still sold out. The house is still full.
Because there's a lot of people who have a lot of money, but you, me, the common fan, the people who actually like really love to go to the Super Bowl, to go to WrestleMania, to go to some of these championship things like the FIFA World Cup and stuff like that. They're pricing us out unless you want to sit way up there where you have to get binoculars to understand what's going on.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Well said, dude. Pape's super fan, apparently. Been to Bowl 36, 38, 39. Yeah, my man travels. I'll give him that. Man gets around. But yeah, that was just a teaser trailer for Clayface. Obviously, we'll keep you guys posted. I'm sure like a full-on synopsis will come through. You get a better feel for what the whole thing's going to be about. But it looks bloody. He's sitting there with his eyes all jacked up in a hospital bed, bleeding through bandages. Like they're probably not going to pull away the camera from the gross stuff.
No, they're definitely not. I mean, you wouldn't have Clayface if you did, like an origin story of this villain.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm also in the Apple Doc that Pape says I'm also in the Apple Doc that I say. So my man gets around. But we were gonna segue when we were talking. I had a great segue plan. What's up, Travis? What's going on, dude? Glad to see you. What the hell was the segue?
Let's close out the poll. Let's close out the poll.
Let's close out the poll.
All right, we're gonna close out the poll. You got about 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and we're closed. And the results are in. And the next movie we're doing for May will be Fury with 43% of the vote wins it. Lone Survivor came in second with 29% of the vote. American Sniper got 14%. Same with The Last Full Measure got 14%.
Dude, the only reason I didn't vote Lone Survivor on that one is it's too hard to watch for me. Like it just cuts a little too deep. Didn't want to can't see it again. Saw it twice. That twice was enough. Fury being fictional is a much more enjoyable war movie for me to watch.
Yeah. Ivan, I think it's going to be kind of like Frankenstein. You're going to see the creation of the monster.
I was guessing anti-hero. Maybe it's going to be a vengeance thing if the procedure went wrong. I was thinking like Darkman.
Well, if you see the origin of Clayface is that he got disfigured as an actor and someone promised him this super makeup that he could put on. Well, he overdosed. It started melting in the thing. So he put too much on and then it absorbed into him and then he could start changing.
So it's kind of self-inflicted. There is no obvious bad guy that did him wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then he saw that he could do so much more. Oops, I did not mean to skip one.
That's all right. Travis said Fury is awesome. Pape said The Last Full Measure. Haven't seen it. That's why I voted for it. That's why I suspended it from my vote because I haven't seen it.
The Last Full Measure is a very heartfelt movie. It's the only cool job in the Air Force, which is the PJ. They're the only ones that a lot of people give respect to, and it's about they're medics. Yeah, paramedics rescue.
I believe I based a character on that role, if you recall. Just saying.
Yeah, even though it didn't fit.
Hey.
Yeah, and then we're on to this one.
Here we are. You can read Ivan. I gotta clear the thread here.
I know I'm late, but I'm surprised they're making Clayface look human. I thought Gotham screwed up by making him look human, but I was wrong because most of them are human looking. Yeah, see, the thing is he started off as human until he got the stuff that made him into Clayface. Then he realized he can make more money by robbing people and becoming whoever they need him to be type thing. And they're in the trailer, you can see where his arm stretches up and it turns into a mace and it comes down.
Side note for Ivan, though, you're not late. You arrived precisely when you meant to. And that's always acceptable. And we love having you here, dude. What do we got here? Travis says, what's fascinating is that this is set in the DCU and it's Matt Hagen Clayface making this the same character for Creature Commandos. Dude, again, I feel like this is them mimicking MCU stuff that didn't work. Like we're trying to go in with this idea that they can roadmap a bunch of separate smaller properties and tell this cohesive thing. But I think DCU is banking hard on I said hard on did the thing. They're banking on people caring about properties that not a lot of people have seen. Like I don't know anybody IRL, as the kids are saying, that thinks anything more of Peacekeeper than, oh look, it's John Cena. You know, I watched. I mean, dude, the champ is here. I get it. That's my guy. But Creature Commandos, I watched two episodes of and said, X-Men 97 is better than this show in every conceivable fucking level. And I don't care to watch any of this other stuff. You know, I don't know that I need anything like that to connect, or I don't know. It's a weird take for me. It's my weird take. Ivan says this is the Matt Hagen version. This is the Matt Hagen version heard, not Boris Karloff. I wonder why they didn't go Karloff. Ask James Gunn, dude. I'm sure his fingerprints are all over it somewhere. Aside, you should have added Heroes Never Die to the poll. I think they only give us 4 choices.
Yeah.
Because we broke the StreamYard poll last week and we couldn't figure out how to make that work. So sorry.
Yeah.
You only get 4.
Put a new widget in, and you think it's going to work one way, and it totally doesn't.
And that's why you guys don't have customizable colors, QR codes, polls that work, more on screen, blah, 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 blah. That's why. That's why. We'll figure it out.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
And
also, Heroes Never Die has never received an award. It needs to.
I've never seen that one either. Who's in that one?
There's this really handsome blonde-headed guy who wears these black glasses. He's wearing a blue shirt right now.
It's the Punisher shirt. Oh, wait, it's the King. There we are.
Writer,
the King's
director, actor.
There we are. There we are. Never seen it. Think I saw it.
Yeah, you were there on opening night when we did the premiere.
Bam. Red carpet. I wasn't holding your purse, though. Just saying. Travis says, in the he's very comedic and a slob, not sure. Oh, in the show, I'm guessing. He's very comedic and slob, not sure how they'll address it, but my thought is, since he's an actor, his brain is malleable as his flesh, his personality changes whenever he dies. Good thoughts. Good thoughts. If they don't explain it, I'll head canonize it that way. Works for me. I forgot, Pape. Sorry. It's just what I do. We got a lot of titles we throw back and forth here. Ivan says they haven't confirmed this is DC, right? No, it's not. I'm almost positive they have confirmed that, is that this is in that same other pool of things along with the Batman and its follow-up. That it does not have a direct connection to
it's done in the same style as the Batman, Penguin,
right. Yes,
that type of stuff. They decided to go with the movie because body horror right now is pinging at the box office.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
After Together.
Dude, I was just gonna say, side note, I've actually had people in real life like, have you seen that? That's the one you guys need to watch and talk about. I'm like, oh, okay. Like if it's up there like that, maybe I will. We'll do a double feature because I haven't seen The Substance yet either. Like I missed that one a few years back.
Hey, I finally saw Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
And you didn't have any good luck with not having fun and not dying at it because it was just okay. That's our Winter Wolfstone review of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It was okay.
It was okay. It was worth the watch.
Cue the end music. Da, 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 da. That's the end of that. Yeah. All right. We just did the poll. What else do we got? What do we want to run through a couple of quick things here? What do we want to talk about?
Rapid fire. Go with it.
Rapid fire mode. So why don't we cover that gaming thing real quick, and then we can do the Star Wars thing, because that's more of a miniature victory lap anyway. Actually, we can do the Star Wars thing, because I saved the tweet. Bear with me, boys. As I ask King again, I'm going to hit the share button. We're going to do a little share screen. We're going to go right to this one here. There we go. You guys can see that, right, King?
Yep, I can see it.
Twitter post from at Keenan Peachy. Now, we've been taking this victory lap for a hot minute about how the Disney Star Wars stuff doesn't pass the sniff test. It very clearly is a concerted effort to like rip down the old stuff to prop up new stuff, which is weaker by comparison, and they knew it. So if Keenan Peach is to be believed, and I haven't jumped on to LinkedIn and fact checked any names, but the post has made the rounds on social media and YouTube. And just read out a little bit. I was at Disney when the land launched. They're talking about Galaxy's Edge in Florida, down there at Disney World, Disneyland. In fact, I personally wrote a lot of the copy for the Star Wars land rides and the Star Wars hotel. That was the Galactic Star Cruiser in the marketing materials for the website. When I say there was crushing disappointment, almost a feeling of betrayal that the whole thing was on the new IP and not the original IP, I am not exaggerating. Disney made the decision to invest this money in order to support the new trilogy, which they thought, get this, would erase the old one in the minds of fans. The level of sheer fucking hubris, Star Trek reference, around this is one for the business industry history books. And this is where it gets good. Even better, actually. They have specifics. Bob Chapek, who was head of parks at the time, since fired 18 months after taking the top job, was in charge of greenlighting all creative in Star Wars land. He killed things like a life-size bantha ride, where guests would ride around the land on top of a bantha. He killed the live show at the cantina, and most importantly, he gave the land its own stupid subplot where you had to use your phone to scan kiosks and get code messages deciphered so you were part of the resistance, but with no payoff, right? Then reality struck. They made a trilogy that destroyed the OG characters. They elevated an insufferably annoying Mary Sue girl boss. This is posted by a woman, just to throw that out there. It's not a sub-alpha, subhuman Chad living in a mom's basement. Annoying Mary Sue girl boss, added a pathetic loser son of Han, like we call him Emo Ren, lovingly, a divorced Leia and Han, and a disillusioned and bitter Luke, and then also killed the big three. Result, J.J. Abrams' career was finished as a filmmaker. Ryan Johnson was wrecked. Kathleen Kennedy's finally out. She survived. Chapek out. Movies are garbage, and the greatest entertainment IP ever created was lit on fire to appease the egos of, quote, geniuses who bought it and thought they could outdo the original genius. Dude, if that's not everything you needed to know about getting kicked in the balls by these clowns.
But Katina would have rocked. I think that would have been a really cool thing.
Dude, I mean, by comparison, right? We just spent a week at Universal. We did Epic Universe. We saw all the new stuff down there. Everything you do when you get to Epic Universe is powered by a sense of immersion when you walk through. You walk through the central zone, you walk into the island of Burke from How to Train Your Dragon. You go the other way and you walk into dark monster universe, like the old werewolf mummy and stuff. You walk into the new Harry Potter zone for the Battle of the Ministry. And you got theme, you literally walk through a tunnel to get into each zone, and you're inundated with like the music and the vibe and the effects. The Super Mario thing, like getting into Nintendo Land. The escalator you go up has the green teleport pipe sounds. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it counts. When you get inside, you want to be there. Like when you get on Diagon Alley at Old Universal, you want to be there. It's stuff you're immersed in, you're familiar with, right? When you go down to Galaxy's Edge, you got to ask 8 employees how to get there because it's in the middle of fucking Nowhereville in the park. And the only way you know you're there is they got like random Millennium Falcon outside its one ride with nothing else to delineate you're in Star Wars land. It's like you walk into a generic sci-fi set. Like, it's not fun. So for somebody that was there that wrote like the ride copy on like the descriptions and like the media stuff to actually say these things that we were saying years ago, like, hey, something just isn't right about this. It's not because Rey's a girl. It's not because this and that. It's not because of these things. It's not because black stormtroopers. It's something doesn't feel right. And we know what you're doing now. Like, we figured this out by TLJ. By TLJ, the writing was on the wall for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now the people that are on the inside, with the benefit of time and distance, are able to confirm these suspicions. They actually thought this shit was going to somehow erase things that we've been enamored with for 5 decades, dude. That's what they thought. Hubris, I say.
All it did was make the prequel trilogy better.
Right. And that's still not great. But dude, you're not wrong. At least it felt like it was connected to the shit you loved.
Yep.
You know?
But apparently no one's going to Galaxy's Edge anymore. As of today, it is officially, or no, at the end of the month, the 30th, it is officially closed forever.
The Star Cruiser, not Galaxy's Edge. The hotel is closed.
No, they said that Galaxy Edge is closing.
Really?
Yes.
I missed that part. Holy shit. Dude, that's crazy because Rise of the Resistance is like the only thing worth a damn that they had over
Which
there.
used to be Star Tours.
No. Different ride. Star Tours is still there. Star Tours is at Hollywood Studios. It's not in Galaxy's Edge. Star Tours is still there, but they've updated the movie a couple times. Now it's got an Ahsoka movie.
Yeah.
Great. It does not have the original Death Star run.
Is she only in it for like the first 30 seconds?
No, actually, she's in it for the last 30 seconds because you're on like a ship that's trying to get to her, if I remember correctly. And yeah. And then when you get there, she's like, good job, King Z. No, that's it. Yeah, inspiring. It was good shit. Not really. Now, Rise of the Resistance was this whole other like 7-minute experience thing where like you get picked if you were going to be on like the Resistance side or the Empire, or the First Order side. It was a whole to do. There's a bit more to it. But imagine being on the receiving end of like the biggest fan backlash that I can think of, doubling down, tripling down, and then finally somebody on the inside just says the quiet part out loud, the quiet part for them out loud.
Say
it's like
the
10 years
part out loud,
right? Like it's just beyond me that we've fallen off so far from what made it great that now the unpopular truth is able to be whispered out there by people that are still, probably working in the industry somewhere, and they're not getting like ratioed out of existence for telling the truth anymore. It took that long.
So Oracle from her remote location tonight.
Give it up for the Oracle working on off the clock.
That's right. Timeline shift for Disneyland starting April 29th, 2026. Areas of Bafu will blend with parts of land shifting to the original trilogy era, while others remain in the sequel era. Characters, the update allowed to the introduction, the iconic characters like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Leia, and Darth Vader. Ride update. Millennium Falcon Smuggler Run is receiving a new mission for some attractions, potentially closing temporarily for updates.
Okay, which makes more sense. Is the Star Cruiser Hotel went belly up. It was closed 18 months after it opened because they made the idiot decision to fill it with only sequel trilogy crap and make it not worth the $2,500 a night that it would have cost like a family of 4 to be there. But the rides are still there. The update for Smuggler's Run, great. Like you sit in the Millennium Falcon cockpit and it's okay. It's not great. Star Tours is still the most fun thing there, and it's 60 years old.
Yeah, I remember doing Star Tours when we were still in high school.
Yeah, Star Tours was dope, for its time, and it's still I had more fun on that than literally anything else in the park. The year we went down there for that stuff.
Yeah,
but it's just astonishing to me that you burned so much money to have no return on literally any of it. It's and yet no heads really like we wanted the perp walk. That's what we wanted for the people who did this to the beloved IP.
I want to see them carrying their boxes with their stuff in them.
Yep, that's what I wanted. I wanted them to drop the coffee cup out of it, so then when they stooped over to pick it up, other shit fell out of the box, and then they kicked it a little bit. That's what I wanted.
I want them fighting over the stapler.
Yep.
That's my stapler.
And then I wanted Milton to burn down Lucasfilms, but hey, here we are. That's what we got today.
But here we are.
But yeah, it's. I think we're going to see more of these things coming out, especially, and particularly after Mando and Grogu probably underperforms next month. Like I'm not hearing great things about the expectations of box office. It looks like an extension of season 3, which by the episode are well rated lower than anything else from season 1 and 2. Neither of us particularly enjoyed season 3. And I just don't think there's no hype for it at all that I can see.
At CinemaCon, they did play the first 17 minutes, which is a battle scene.
No sure.
At CinemaCon to get the theater people 17 minutes.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
17? That's like a fifth of the movie. That's crazy.
Yeah. So from what people were explaining, because a lot of people, they couldn't take video, you can't take pictures while the screen's running.
Yep.
While they're doing their panels, you can do while people up there talking on the mic, you do all you want.
Yeah.
But they were saying that that the plot is that they are there to help the New Republic get its footing in the galaxy, and if they didn't take care of something, the New Republic would have failed within the the opening crescendo of it.
I don't know, man. Like I just don't know. The Wolf and Cub story worked for them in seasons 1 and 2. They put a nice little bow on that at the end of 2, and then they literally just upturned the cart and the table for season 3 and did fuck all whatever they wanted with both of those characters. I don't see a whole lot of people rocking the Baby Yoda merch. I don't see a lot of it on shelves up here in stores anymore. I didn't see any of it this past week when we were down around the area where we should have been seeing a load of it. So I don't know. I don't know if Star Wars still gets the event movie treatment if it's not connected in any way to the original trilogy at this point. I don't know. I don't know that this movie clears 550. What do you 550 mil? 6 mil? 600? I don't know.
Bob, my bid is 292.
I meant like lifetime gross, but okay. You're just going like that's it. Like that's where we're going.
That's where I'm going.
You know, that's only like 100 million more than like the Marvels, right?
Yeah.
Ouch. King Z coming in with a low bid. Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. Dude, if it's a dumpster fire, I mean, it's the victory laps. I don't even think the victory laps will be that entire.
I was on the last one for opening weekend. I was off by like $2,000.
It was pretty close. It was pretty close. Dude, I don't even know that people will dunk on this when it fails, because I feel like even like channels and like media folks that would dunk on Star Wars for stumbling, like I think they don't care anymore either, because there's no, I don't think there's a whole lot of interest in the
big channels, the big Star Wars channels, like Star Wars Theory, Star Wars Complains, Star Wars Explained. They're still gonna get theirs and get what they're gonna say about it in. But I think channels that do a mixture, kind of like what we do, of all of Nerdverse, I think they're gonna do it just because it's new, but they're not really. Yeah, it's there. It's new content. Everything's content, right?
This is going to hit like Solo did. See,
it's going to hit so low, no one's going to remember it.
Solo lost money. It's the first Star Wars movie to lose money in history. See, but the Solo's tricky though, because I feel like with the benefit of time, I think people have legitimately warmed on that movie. Like we were saying at the beginning of the show about,
it's not a bad movie,
dude. It's not great, but it's definitely not terrible. It's got the little heist story going on. Yeah, the kid that played young Solo is not the greatest, but like Woody Harrelson's Woody Harrelson. Like that's always enjoyable. Like there is enough entertaining stuff there. There's a lot of fan service member berry shit in there that just is like jammed right in. But like I don't think it's awful. I think the Mando and Grogu thing is a desperate attempt to take the one thing that they had that was working and cram that into the box office to take a chunk of your money. He's in Pape's just like, it's just a bad movie. All right, free to disagree. But I think this is intentionally desperate on their part. You know, I feel like this again, I feel like this was probably the first 2 or 3 episodes of a season. This is 2 or 3 episodes from a season 4 that they condensed into a feature-length thing because they realized they didn't have live action.
I think they took some of what they were going to do with the Rangers and threw it in here, shoehorned them in.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, 100%. That's what I think this is going to. So I think this definitely comes in somewhere between our 2 marks. Like there's no shot this hits 750, 800. No.
If you're on those where you buy the over and under, where you buy it like stock and it's not FanDuel's, I would definitely buy the under on this one.
Now, tragically, and like anything else these clowns do these days, dude, a Mando Grogu movie with a better title that dropped 5 years ago, you know, after season 1, sometime
after
around season 2, you know what I mean? Like that could have been your jam. Like that could have been a thing, and you might have had a legit trilogy of movies.
Call it the Rangers, where he kind of teams up with them and they go and do the things. There's a small reunion with Grogu as like the Jedi of the group.
Yep, they absolutely could have done something like that, and they could have spun that into it. They could have spun that into a spinoff of a spinoff and done Ranger stuff. I was ready for that series anyway. Pape says there is no heat, nothing outside of the fan circles. They did this 3 years ago. Different. Yep, you're not wrong. Not wrong. I think the movie, the opportunity for the movies was there, and they dragged their feet on it and insisted on doing more bad streaming, and that's cost them. That's cost them dearly.
And I think this goes back to one of the arguments I had on one of our first episodes, where they had to stop calling movies and their shows content, because then you just think it's something they're just throwing out there. Yep. You need to treat it. This is a movie. This is cinema.
Event.
This is
event.
Yeah, it's not content. Content's what we do.
Yep. Yeah, and even we try to instill or infuse some sort of purpose with what we do. Yeah, and I feel like that a lot of their stuff really just comes across as flailing around and like just trying to pour. I mean, our Red Letter Media and the Critical Drinker use the expression of like the sludge pipeline. Like they literally just want to just pour junk sludge out for you to consume. And like Jay said on Red Letter Media famously, Don't ask questions, just consume product and get excited for next product. Like, I love that gets clipped into like a million videos a week now. But it's true. And you can see that in their marketing behavior over the last few years that you've rightly now pointed out and said, hey, at least it looks like that's changed, where they've literally just dumped 3 shows and 3 or 4 movies on you a year per year since like 2020, you know, and they've now not done that. Like we've pumped the brakes, you know,
money.
Right. The search for more money. They didn't find much. That's the thing is I think they kind of shot themselves in the content foot going that route. Because sooner or later, even the dumbest son of a bitch amongst us is like, no, I'm just not going to watch. No, I'm just not going to watch that now. I'm good. You know?
Yeah. And how Tony Gilroy turned them down to take over the whole Star Wars universe too, as the content director. Once again, using the word content. Yep. But I mean, what he did with Andor in the you know, even the sun shines on a dog's butt once in a while type thing is what we had with Andor, which is like the perfect Star Wars, non-Star Wars show.
And we can't even really claim that as a damn victory lap either, because it cost them so much to make that. And it didn't have like the broad market appeal that like a typical Star Wars adventure 2-hour movie has. Like they'll look at that and take the wrong lesson from that. It shouldn't be that we should manage our budget down from $650 million for that season. It's, oh, nobody liked the more serious spy thriller shit. Well, guess we won't do that. They're like, no, like, could you just manage your money better?
That, you know? Or you got to stop trying to get everybody.
Right.
Some people need to be left alone.
Yep.
You're just, some people are not going to get it. Some people are not going to like it. I don't care how hard you try. You will not be liked by everybody. So stop. Go for the people who have the pocketbook. Go for the people who've been watching this since they were little kids. And they're the ones who are going to feed you for the next 10 years. Easy.
100%. If that's your in-store fan base, your installed fan base of whatever. And I think another one that comes up to mind often when we talk about these kind of things, like I have these discussions with my younger brother in gaming about like games like Dark Souls. Like they make those games, they know who they're for, and the budgets are moderated to a point where they know that it's not going to have mainstream appeal because they are notoriously difficult. They're not casual games. They are hard. So a lot of people won't be plunking down $70 for a game that's going to frustrate them into uninstalling in the first 15 minutes.
And those are the games I love because I don't want to sit there and follow a little shiny trail to my next thing where I just have to go bup, 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 and then I get the treasure.
Exactly. You're not looking for the yellow paint on the wall to tell you where to climb the cliff. And Lauren says astutely, when you make it for everyone, you make it for no one. Exactly right. The makers of these particular games know who their audience is. They target that audience, and the rest fall by the wayside by marketing design. Like they don't care that they don't sell 40 million copies of Dark Souls 3. That's what they don't even have variable difficulty levels in the game, for fuck's sake. They know who they're making the game for. Star Wars should absolutely do the same thing. If you want to make the Andor for the non-Jedi, non-Skywalker, spy techno thriller idea, you have to do it for like Game of Thrones money and not like 600 million. You do it for like 250 million. Here's your 10 episodes. There's no reason you can't make Andor for $300 million. No reason. None.
Except that they did so much practical. Practical costs money.
It does, but
when you build a whole city.
I was going to say there's that, but then you focus your story around getting the most bang for your buck out of fewer sets. If you build the whole city, more of it needs to be there than having 42 practical sets that you build. As great as that looks, you have like creativity, or what's it? Necessity is the mother of invention, but financial limitations are the mother of creativity. There's an expression that goes with that. Like when you have constraints, you're forced to be creative. You have to stretch your money. When somebody gives you the unlimited check and you do whatever you want, shit gets out of control, and then you're not profitable and you don't get to come back for another go. I want another go at Andor. I want to see them tell an Andor-like story. We're 100% never getting one. 100%.
No, and I think you really couldn't squeeze another season into Andor. Like it was the perfect end.
Not them specifically. I mean, an Andor style story with somebody else elsewhere in the Resistance or the Rebellion, something like that. I meant another ground level story.
But you were talking about targeting. There was a game targeting. Isn't there a game out there that's targeting a certain type of audience?
Oh, good point. Yeah, too, that was good. We're going to segue that right into another thing. So Pragmata released last week.
Or Pragmata.
Pragmata is the name of the game.
Pragmata.
Oh, snap. It's mostly Prag, though. So it's your typical sci-fi game. It was on my watch list to pick up, and it wasn't like it was like highly anticipated by me, but it looks good. It's got an interesting little story that I think typically resonates with. It's funny, we're just talking about this after the Mandalorian segment because it's Wolf and Cub. The story resonates with viewers across genres, whether it's anime, live action, manga, whatever it is, gaming. People like the idea of like the lone warrior protector archetype taking up the cause for someone smaller than him that's defenseless without his help. His or her. I don't like the gender doesn't matter, right? And of course, this game comes out, sells 100 gazillion copies in like 10 seconds or whatever on Steam, has like a 97% mostly positive on Steam, whatever it was when I looked it up earlier. And of course, success that's aimed or derived from anything that isn't left of center automatically brings out the weirdos. Dude, it just does, right? So we got Reddit mods deleting positive comments for this game while leaving comments up on this game accusing fans of this game of possibly being latent PDF file type guys, because the core story of the game is a guy who has to escort a young female robot to safety after like the disaster happens in like the space station that they're on. It's basically Resident Evil or Silent Hill, but you got a little kid with you. And of course, all the fucking weirdos out there are saying are doing this weird thing where they say guys can't be into that kind of role. It just means they want to be around kids. And then mustache twirl the villain thing. And nothing could make me sicker to my stomach than hearing idiot journalists on these sites say that guys aren't into protector roles unless there's like a hidden sexual agenda behind it. And like the guys can fucking weird, right? Or that guys are only into protecting children after they hit fatherhood. Like we're not brought up with a paternal instinct. That's a female thing, that only maternal instinct is real even before you have kids. And I'm like, have you never coached anybody? Have you never had siblings? Have you never been in public or been in like a public pool and seen some other kid
mentor someone?
Have a mentor. Have you never seen a kid get hurt at like a public pool and like you jump in the fucking water to pull the kid? Like, dude, millions of guys do this every day. The fucking news is full of clips of dudes running into burning buildings to bring kids out when their parents are incapacitated. Like, stop it. It's what guys do. You know what I'm saying? So when I see these jackass, weirdo, blue-haired nobodies want to crap on a game that's making people happy, it legit has no political agenda installed either way that anybody's brought to my attention. It's not taking a side on Palestine or Iran. It's not taking us a shot at capitalism or not. It's stupid how these people crawl out of the woodwork to dunk on games that are just making people happy.
Well, you shouldn't listen to the people who are trying to pull you down because they're already below you.
100%. But I'm here to throw a couple of counter punches back at these clowns because their misery loving company selves should just stay out of fucking gaming. Like, gaming is finally leaning back to center and focusing back on storytelling. These people can't fucking deal with it. Dude.
Storytelling, gameplay, and doing it in a reasonable, timely manner. But that ain't the story I heard that this game had. The one I saw is that it was designed to make men want to procreate.
I mean, I've seen the things where people are saying that it's inspiring people to want to have kids. I heard it said people. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I get that, because like that's like when you see that movie and somebody fulfills that protector role, it is inspiring. Like, it's not weird. It's not out there trying to get you to do anything like delinquent or degenerate. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's just a normal dude caught up in a bad situation. Dude, it's Ripley and Newt. Nobody accused her of anything. You know what I'm saying? Because fucking normal people don't think that way. The number of self-reports of fucking people thinking that that's the motivation to wanting to play this game is concerning for those people.
Have
like,
they never seen one of the billions of reels out there of the kid standing up to the bully for the kid who's a little bit different, or the kid who has a handicap? and like him standing
They
up.
haven't.
The football players bringing kids out there who have cancer and let them run a touchdown in a game. And
yeah, no, there's no paternal instinct until you have your own kid, and then it's only focused at your own kid.
I mean,
right.
Look
Except
at the
that a week
offensive
ago,
line of a football team. Their whole purpose is to protect.
Dude, I'll raise you one better than that. Dude, a week ago, we had a principal stop a school shooting with his fucking body and then like got named prom king at that school. Like a week after he got shot.
In the leg.
You can have paternal fucking instinct at any point in your life. It's just about we are an archetype of men. That's what we do. Like we take care, good men take care of people smaller than themselves.
All the
they can't take
17, 18, and 19-year-olds who join the military don't have a protective instinct.
Right. Stop it. These people are out of their fucking trees, just making themselves look foolish online. But it's the added level, of sickening and me needing to invest in wood chippers, honestly, where they're trying to point out that the game is somehow coded to make you be attracted to the young female robot, and that's your incentive for buying the game is that you as the player must be mentally shipping these two characters, even though it's very much the wolf and cub, Mando and Grogu, Ripley and Newt, and a countless billion other examples in fiction of that relationship, minus anything disgusting like that. Those people make me sick. Wood chippers, I'm telling you, we need to invest heavily. Winter Wolf's Den brand wood chippers.
I would tell you right now, if I ever became president, king of the world, or king of the United States, and I took over, the one thing I would bring back and make it legal is dueling. We would get rid of so many problems if we brought back dueling.
An armed society is a polite society, dude. That's a fact.
I would flint. It would still be flintlock pistols because you got to keep up the tradition.
10 steps and draw.
Yep.
There we go. I'm with that.
And you have the doctor turn his bat, so he has deniability.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. So I just wanted to bring up Pragmata because as soon as we're ending the stream shortly, I'll be running over to the PlayStation or the Xbox. I'll flip a coin. I'm going to pick it up. I will support the game. I will check it out. It looks fun. I like the story. It's you versus giant robots and escaping with the kid. Right up my alley. I'll take a peek at that. Which I thought that was going to dovetail nicely into the Star Wars, the Mando and Grogu stuff. Because again, these are patterns and tropes that people actually find appealing. People like the found family trope. They like the protector trope. They don't like the girl boss trope. And I think people are tired
of the hero's journey, though.
You just have to make the hero worth watching. The hero's journey is just classic storytelling. It's 4,000 years old.
Isn't there a book that kind of describes the hero journey? It's called A Hero of a Thousand Faces.
That's Joseph Campbell's. Yeah. That was the book and then he wrote the book on the hero's journey as the wheel of leaving and then obtaining the thing and then changing and then going back, and there's like 8 stages to it. But that's just basic story methodology. Anything besides that kind of model is basically experimental. People in media, when you're consuming media, there's a certain ebb and flow. Like you feel it, when it's not working. You know what I mean? Because most media is built around those storytelling principles, especially in the West.
Yeah.
So when there's not a finale, if it's like, the end, you're like, wait, what happened here?
Was it House of Dynamite or something like that, where it just kind of ends and you don't know what decision was made?
I don't know that one, but it's just weird. It would just be experimental. You'd be like, I don't understand what. It's not to say that you need the same things in the same order of everything. Like not every story needs the mentor that dies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Not every story needs I found Han Solo and now we were frenemies, or he was just paid at first, but now he's on board for the cause. Like not everything needs that, But there's a basic flow of a main character that has to undergo change while trying to obtain something he wants, realizing he needed something else, and then changing for the better or falling from grace. Like there's just some basics that you just need, and they're just the DNA of those things is baked into all the stories that we enjoy. Do we have anything else, or are we done? I think we banged through.
I think we've got through everything.
I got Pragmata in there. We got the Star Wars stuff. We did Daredevil for a good long time. Guys, go check out Daredevil episode 6. Or Daredevil Born Again, season 2, episode 6. Let me be clear. Yeah. It was a solid episode there. The earlier part of our video here is obviously spoiler heavy. So we'll warn you on that again there, since we've been going for over an hour and a half. But yeah,
50.
Yeah, it was solid run. We got our topics out there. But I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Lauren, Ivan, Pape, Warden Prime, always a pleasure to have you guys here.
Travis.
That's right. Travis and Isaac were here as well. Thank you, boys. Share us around. Bring some friends. You buy one, get one free on the drink side. Just throwing that out there. 21 plus. Yeah, King, why don't you say goodnight to everybody and handle our walk-off music, because it's pretty awesome.
Bye, people.